We're live. Okay, y'all, we live. So let me get this shared on Facebook first, and then we'll jump into tonight's episode. Let's see. So once I share it, ladies, on Facebook, y'all can share it. Okay, so it is already. Y'all are funny. Okay, I'm putting it in our text message group.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna share it on my I'm gonna share it on my page too. And then I'm gonna share it on my page too. Are y'all excited?
Yeah. After the day I
As
had.
excited as we're gonna be, right?
Oh, after the day I had.
Well, tell us about your day before we hop into this episode. What
Well,
happened,
let me
girl?
go ahead and share out this link here for a second.
Okay.
I'm a little slower when it comes to this this stuff here. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay. Shamika, I have no idea if I'm even doing this right. We gonna see.
Well, I shared it on my page too, so you're more than welcome to go to my page.
Okay, let
We
me
got
just do
somebody joining. We got peoples. We got peoples in the room with us, y'all.
that. Hold on while I'm still trying to figure out how to share a link out. Oh Lordy.
We'll give you your time. We're gonna give you the time that you need
Okay.
to share, and then we're going to start our episode once you've shared. Look, they know how it be.
Okay, give me 1 second. I think I got it, you guys. And I know somebody's gonna tell me to make this public. I don't even know how to make this damn thing public, Lordy.
It should. It's not already public.
No, when I share it, who knows? I don't know. Whatever. We can get this started. It's all right.
Okay. So we have some comments, y'all. Welcome to your weekly MOMscape. Let's see. Justin on YouTube said, "Woo, let's go." Karen Gordon says, "Hi, ladies."
Hey, Corinne.
Okay, Corinne. Okay.
Yes.
Nikita says,
that's the bestie. Hey.
Hey, Tiff. Look, she coming through for you too. Take your time and shine, Queen. Harrison said, "Congrats." So
Hey,
I'm loving this interaction already tonight. We got some hearts. Thank y'all so much. So listen, let's kick this thing off. We are waiting on Marion, our fourth podcast host, to join us. But while we wait on her, we're going to jump into this. So first of all, welcome. I am listen. First of all, before we even get into like all the introductions and all that, y'all, this been a long time coming. Okay, we are at the intro episode, but we have been working on this thing. They don't even know how long. And we are finally here. We are finally here, and so I'm excited.
Shamika, she's backstage. Yes. She's backstage.
Okay, cool.
All right, y'all. Other hosts are coming on board. Marion.
Look, the whole crew is here. Stephanie says, "Hey, ladies, shout out to the Mom Squad."
We're live, Marion.
Tonight. Let's go, ladies. Look at hubby coming through tonight for you. So, as I was saying, this has been a long time coming. So I'm super, super excited for us to be able to share this platform, to share our world, to bring you into our world. I'm excited. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling tonight before we do introductions? Y'all good? I need to hear y'all. I need to hear this energy. How y'all feeling?
Marion look like I had one of them days. Look at Marion.
I have had one of those days, but right now I'm trying to switch my my microphone because it's not on the right one.
Well, I should good though, girl.
I shared with y'all earlier that this was one of those coming to the office days, so I had to take a minute to get my mood together.
I hear that.
Look, well, we are about to have a good time. We gonna give these people what they came for. But most importantly, this is for us to be able to digress. So we're gonna have a good time. And we're gonna tell them our vision and our purpose behind the MOMscape podcast. Oh my God, y'all! Like, this is a podcast. Like, we are doing this. Like, it's been a minute.
Yes.
It's been a while, and so we're finally here. So I'm Tramika. We can go around so everybody know who we are before we start our introductions. I'm Tramika.
I'm Tiffany.
Nikki.
Marion.
As if they don't see the names that's already on the screen.
Right.
But y'all, tonight we are going to give you an opportunity to get to know the ladies behind the MOMscape podcast, as well as tell you a little bit about what we do, what you can expect when it comes to this particular podcast, why it's going to be different from all the other podcasts that you actually listen to or you watch. And so, y'all ready? Y'all ready to jump into this? Okay. So, Mary, I'm going to let you go ahead and kick off our introductions.
So we're here to, like Tramika already said, just give y'all a chance to just get to know us, tell y'all a little bit about us and our background, how this all came together, and and what you can expect. So like I said, I'm Marion. I am currently in the Cleveland, Ohio area. I have one 13-year-old son. And what I do for a living is I'm a project manager for a bank. So that's about it.
And you got your little side business as well, Marion.
Girl.
Oh, okay. All right. He was like, yeah, another day.
Mm-hmm.
That lipstick popping tonight, though, Marion. I love it.
Oh, thank you. I was really about to take it off, but okay.
No, we like the sexy red.
I like it. I mean, I like it. Don't get me wrong. It's banging, but it's just real bright for what I was going for. So I was like, oh,
no, it works.
Girl, you cute.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and introduce myself. I am Tiffany. I currently live in the Atlanta metro area. New, not from Atlanta, but I just live down here, but it's been good so far. I have 3 kids. I have a 9-year-old, a 5-year-old about to be 6, and a 3-year-old about to be 4, 14, 24, whatever you want to call it. I am my wonderful husband's up on here supporting here as well, somewhere and everything. And I also do strategy, project management as my job, and then I do have 2 side businesses as well, a skincare line and also a contractor line where I just help businesses with their operations, processes, and strategy. That's me.
Listen, you got a whole crew on here tonight. Let's talk about that first. I'm like, every comment, I'm like, where my people at? Where y'all at?
See, look, even though I'm slow with the posting, it's working now. It's working.
I love it. Hubby all up in here. Yes. Nikki, I'm going to go last. So I'm going to let you go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay, so I'm Nikki. I live in Atlanta as well. My full-time job, I'm a corporate legal paralegal. So I work paralegal in corporate media, and I'm also a human design specialist.
Yes.
I use human design in my personal development consulting. And yeah, that's what I do. Oh, so I'm the old head in the crew.
And we love it.
I'm the old head, so I'm not actively parenting. So my daughter is actually grown. I can't remember. She's 30 something, but I'm a grandma. I have a 6-year-old grandson, and I'm bringing all old school vibes.
Yeah, but we need that, right? Because we're going to have moms that are going to, or just women in general, that are going to tune in who may not necessarily have children currently in the home. So I think that's cool. I love it. I'll get into all of that, like what we all bring to the table, because our whole little dynamic is just
adult parenting. adult parenting adult children is a thing.
Ooh, okay, now look, that may be a whole thing too.
I'm just creeping into that. We're gonna do a whole episode on that one day because I'm just getting into that. And baby, it's a thing, and it's a real serious thing. Like, it's different. It requires you to be a different parent. Yeah, it wasn't something I was necessarily ready for, but that's a whole nother episode. That's a whole nother episode.
Yeah.
So, Atlanta metro area as well, but I'm originally from New York. I absolutely have to say that every time. Shout out to New York, in particular, Rochester, New York through and through. Like, I still have my 585 area code because I don't want people to think that I'm from the A because I'm not from the A. I'm from New York. Like, that's how strongly I feel about being from New York.
I hear that.
3 kids, what ages? 12, 15, 19. I just talked about that adult parenting thing. Got one that's a freshman in college this year. And so I feel like what I do for a living is such a loaded question. It's gonna bring me right into talking about the vision for the podcast, and that's kind of why I want to go last. So for 5 years, so just recently, I guess I could say I retired from being a lifestyle coach. So I was helping moms and kind of like how most of this birth. So I'm kind of merging this into the whole vision thing. So kind of how most of this birth is, I was showing up for moms in the marketplace, lifestyle coach, organization, time management, scheduling, planning, all that good jazz, right? Just having rhythm when it comes to our life. And then I've recently transitioned back to my first love, which is event planning. So I'm super excited about that. I literally just made that transition this year to go back into event planning full time. So MOMscape actually derived from one of the events that I have, or 2 of the events. So I do a conference every June and then a retreat in November, and that's where MOMscape come from. And it's basically, in a nutshell, just giving an opportunity for mom to escape day-to-day life, mundane tasks, and just get away, learn, connect with themselves, connect with other moms, have fun, right? Big on the have fun part. And so I was already doing this Sunday Mom Squad live on Sundays, and I got tired of talking to myself. So I'm like, I'm gonna do a podcast. I'm gonna bring some people on with me so I can stop talking to myself and looking for guests every week. And so that is how the MOMscape podcast actually came about. And so the vision for the podcast is really, and we were talking about this in private, I know recently, and I say every time I say this is probably going to change, but the vision for the podcast is really just a space, a safe space, a welcoming space, a fun space for moms to not be on. We could talk about your business, but we don't really care. We can talk about your kids, but we don't really care. Well, I don't really care. I'll speak for me. Like, I don't really care about your kids. I don't really care about what you do for a living. I just want you to have a space where you can come and you can be like, we can talk about how we're growing personally, not professionally, we're moms, right? So bringing up our kids from time to time, that's going to happen. But it's really just a space for you to really let your hair down on a weekly basis. Join us, have some good laughs. We're definitely going to be able to help you have some thought-provoking things when you walk away. That especially with Nikki with her human design. So I'm excited about that piece as well. But y'all just come have fun every week. Just come listen, have fun, join us every week, and just have a good time. Like I said, just letting your hair down. Yeah. So that's really,
escape the moms.
Yeah.
Escape from it. Yeah. Sometimes these kids are a lot. We need to escape. As I hear them upstairs.
With the extra emphasis on the P. So what when I brought y'all in or asked y'all to do this, kind of what did y'all all think the vision would be? We'll start with you, Nikki.
So before I get into that, something just came to my mind when you said that we're, a space to let your hair down. But I wanted to share I heard someone say a saying today, and they said a space to unmask and be your authentic self. So I was like, ooh, that sounds good. So I wanted to add that little piece in there. Definitely be in a space to unmask. So the vision for the podcast, like you said, MOMscape, a place to, share thoughts, ideas, the showing. So because I do a lot with like personality types and things like that, and just seeing the collaboration of different personality sets and how it plays. So yeah, that's what happened.
What about you, Marion?
I just thought it was gonna be fun, to be honest. I thought it would be fun because I'm a huge like podcast, a huge podcast connoisseur, I guess. I listen to podcasts all day, every day while I'm working. It helps me stay focused. So, and I'm just really opinionated. So I got an opinion on all but like two things. And so
that's hilarious.
So yeah, I mean, why not? I don't think I've met anybody in the Mom Squad that I don't like. So when Tarika put it out there, like, who in the Mom Squad want to do this? I'm like, let's go. So
yes, love it. Tiffany, you want to add anything else to that?
My sentiments are similar to Marion's as well. It was, oh, this will be fun. And it'll be a light lift. And, life is crazy as it was. I just wanted something different, something fun to do, and just to talk. I like to talk. My friends, my family know that. So this was just another opportunity, and, just thankful that we can be a part of it and have a good time while doing it.
Yeah, and I will share kind of what I shared with y'all briefly in the text earlier today. Like, I was the same thing, have fun. I'm not even gonna lie, podcast people, they make money. So I'm like, yes, when money's involved, I'm just be honest, right? Because we came here to be real. But I woke up today with this responsibility, and the first thing I think of when I think responsibility is like, dang, now something else added to my to-do list was the first thing. Like, oh, okay, got another responsibility. Like, sure, shoot. What you got for me, right? So I actually woke up with a responsibility to make sure that we are being super authentic. And so not a responsibility in a burdensome way, but just like being intentional about how we show up. And so, of course, like, well, people probably don't know, but I'm really big when it comes to like branding and stuff like that. And although those things are still important to me, it's really like, Tramika, not only is this for your listeners, but it's for you as well to just really have a good time, let your hair down, be able to have a safe space. I know one of the episodes, I was almost in tears. So I will say thank y'all. So thank y'all. I want to say that first for answering the call. Even though I feel like it's more than what we probably signed up for, because now passing on the torch to give y'all the responsibility too. And not in a burdensome way, but just really, let's just be real. Let's be authentic. Let's let this be unique and different from all the other podcasts, and really truly be a space where it is safe and people can come, they can have fun. And be relatable.
I think one thing we could share too is that even as we were discussing that of, what was our approach, we're all new to this. And it was like, we seen some other ones and we're like, oh, she looks scripted. She looks this. And that was one thing we all were like, we don't have time to be looking scripted. We're not the Atlanta housewives. Nobody has time to be putting on 10 pounds of makeup and, maybe your hair, because y'all, I slapped this sucker on today. So, it was real, like, it's really to follow sentiments that we just wanted to be ourselves. And that's the key, is just being ourselves and having a good time and not trying to do this whole script look or anything like that, being something we are not. Oh, there goes Auntie Five.
Your whole tribe came through, girl. They just came through. And first of all, shout out to hubby. It's MOMscape, and he's staying on the whole time. I love it. Support your boo. Supporter. Okay, I love it. So yes, that's pretty much what you all can expect every single week. Is just, we gonna laugh, as y'all see already. We gonna laugh. But there might be some moments where it may bring tears. And then there's a lot of moments where it is going to provoke your thoughts to want to be better. Be better, not do better, but be better. And so that's the whole intention behind it. Okay, let's jump into some more things. Let's start with you, Marion. What can we expect you to bring to the podcast? What can our listeners expect?
I guess, like I said, an opinion. But at the same time, like I feel like I'm waiting for somebody to prove me wrong, but I feel like I think differently than most people. My perspective is usually way different from everybody else's. So yeah, just a fresh new ideas and thoughts about things. Um, I'm real pro black and real pro. Well, first of all, real pro Jesus and real pro black. So you're gonna get a little bit of church. You're gonna get a little bit of for people. So
Pro community.
yeah. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell. Jesus and black folk.
I love it. I love it.
All right, Tiffany,
So,
what
yeah.
can they expect?
Look, my daddy on here. I'm gonna feel like I'm a little.
Girl! Oh my goodness. I love it though.
So, I guess it's just the rawness, the
Mine
realness.
shared. Hold on, let me make sure right there. Where my people at now?
But the rawness and the realness, y'all know I say just sometimes I don't think before I talk. So sometimes, just saying exactly what's on my mind, whatever we're thinking about, I think just kind of bring some laughter and I don't know, just bringing me, just fun and also talkative and opinionated and whatever comes with me that day. Who knows? We'll see. Y'all check them out as these episodes are coming, and we'll see what I get to bring to y'all. What about you, Nikki?
For me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, so like I said, I'm bringing the old school vibes, old school vibes, and I come to bring the deep thoughts. So I'm a deep thinker, and sometimes I think sometimes my perspectives are just different, and usually the way that I think about a particular thing sometimes just sheds a new light on a familiar subject. It's like, oh, I never thought about it that way.
Mm-hmm. Every time, every episode.
That's how we got in Nikki's corner.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Whatever's going on in this head of mine, I'm glad to have a place to be able to share it.
I love it. So for me, I feel like I'm the wild card out of everybody. And not that I'm wild, but sometimes I'm vulnerable and I'm learning. Mm-hmm. And you see that side of me. And I think that's important because that's very relatable to our listeners. But then sometimes I can be the inspiration. And so you'll hear that, like, because I ain't gonna let nobody do what they say they're gonna do around me and don't not do it. So yeah. So I'm a pusher sometimes. But yeah, so I think that I'm a wild card. I will say though, when I originally was like, I'm gonna do this thing and I'm gonna do it with people, so I don't gotta keep finding these guests every week because it was getting tiring, y'all. So, and I love to talk, but I like to talk about things I like to talk about. And so the things that we're talking about, I love to talk about because we're talking about growth and life and, we're not talking about kids all the time. I don't want to talk about my kids. But when I put it out there, like the call for people to come on to see who was interested, there was several people that was interested, but for whatever reason, they kind of dropped off along the way. And you all were the ones that said yes and actually committed. We ain't gonna talk about what y'all originally committed to, but then it been this length of time. But you ain't. That's our secret, okay? And so now we're here. But I was just like, this is such a dope vibe. Like, it's such a dope energy and it's such a dope vibe between the four of us. And so I gave us all nicknames that I wanted to have on here.
Lord. Ooh, what is it?
So I'm still
hold on, I gotta tell you, but y'all can always tell what Nikki is feeling because her face is gonna say it. Even right there, she would have looked like, all right, Shamika, what did you call us then?
So y'all said what y'all thought y'all would bring. I'm gonna tell y'all why I was like super excited that y'all said yes and what I feel like you would bring. So this is an outside looking in perspective. So I'm still developing the nickname. Look at Nikki, like, what is she about to say? I'm still developing the nicknames, okay. But I would like to take the time to give my outside perspective. So I'm gonna start with Marion. Marion is the community activist. I think that just need to be your nickname. She is the community activist. Marion gonna make sure we looking out for not only us, but everybody that live next door to us, around the corner from us, the babies at the school, the mama down the street. Marion's gonna make sure that everybody is taken care of, okay? And so she gonna make sure that you think about everybody from every conversation that we're having. And so I love that about you, because I think that sometimes we can kind of get in our own worlds and get a little selfish, which that's not always a bad thing, but it does open up our perspective to think about, like, how am I impacting the community with everything that I say, do. So I think that is really good. So Mary's our community activist.
I like that one. I like it.
Yes. I mean, so it's not bad stuff, right?
Yeah.
So Tiffany, I'm gonna go ahead and get to you next. Listen, this one right here gonna say what she thinks. Like you just said that you might say it before you think it. I don't care what it is. You might hear some cussing a little sometimes.
My bad. Apologies now.
Listen,
not
you
too
are
much,
just gonna.
Yeah,
no, not too. So I think that I think it's great though, because you're real. And so you're like the realist. That's not a final nickname for you. I'm still developing. But you were just like, to keep it real. I'm keeping it 100. This is what I think. No, I'm not. I can't even, they just gotta listen to the episodes. But I love it. I love it. I love it. You're just like on the cuff. You gonna say whatever's on your mind. It don't matter what it is. And we got some people agreeing. Some people agreeing in the comments that this is true about Tiffany. Straight shooter, yes. Listen, Nikita, you my girl. You my girl. That's your nickname. See, audience, help us. Straight shooter. That is your nickname. So we got the community activist. We got the straight shooter.
Oh, did Nikki follow?
Nikki. Yeah, but that's okay, because she ain't gonna get skipped. When she come back, I'm gonna tell her.
Well, hold on then, Tamika. I gotta say, you know what? Look, Mary, on the side between you, Mary, you and Nikki, we need to go connect and give us a nickname for Tamika too. Then for that.
Shoot, CEO.
There we go. Well, it gotta be something cute though. It gotta be something.
But I need like a cute name though.
Yeah. We're gonna have to brainstorm and
I don't want to be the CEO here. I don't want to be the boss lady.
Okay.
I don't know
like that in all area of my.
What'd you say, Mary?
I don't know. Tamika know how not to.
But that's a good thing, because it keeps us in track, because we probably still would have been.
But I mean, whose brand is this? Like, we all hear the connector, like the whole
the connector.
Yes, the background of all of this.
Yes, the connector.
We are here because of Tamika. Like, Tamika is the visionary.
Okay, I like that. Serial entrepreneurs.
I don't think I am though.
You don't think you're a serial entrepreneur?
But she doesn't want to the plug.
The plug. Okay. Listen, it's so funny. Yes, listen. I need her on my team, girl. Text me, call me afterwards so that you can help me name some stuff, or the connector. That's so crazy, because while waiting for Nikki to jump back on, I recently
a message too. She said she's having a little technical difficulties, so she's coming right back on.
I think she's coming on now. So I was recently telling somebody that I was the bridge. Like, I was a bridge because I was a connector and I was a plug to some stuff. So I do like those names. See, that's better than CEO and all that.
Yeah.
Nikki, you ready? You tried to escape this?
Oh, Nikki, we created a nickname for Tamika. She's gonna be the plug. So she's the connector and puts everything together and everything.
Okay. I'm so sorry about that.
Good. So I'm still developing Nikki. So what can I say about Nikki? So Nikki is first of all, we got a whole segment because she's so dope, right? We got a whole segment where we just give her own time to kind of help us through some stuff, right? Personal growth. That's your area, that's your expertise. She is going to cause you to think differently. She is going to cause you to think deeply. She is going to and I wish I could give examples, but y'all just gotta watch the episode.
She's gonna cause you to think about yourself too and reevaluate yourself.
Yes, but not always in a bad way, right?
In a good way.
Like, I just gotta give this one little example. Well, I can't. They gotta listen.
Yeah.
But
after Nikki speaks, you will always be like, I never thought about it that way. Every time.
Call her deep thought. That's what somebody said. Call you deep thought. Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. Y'all gonna catch all the energy and all the vibes. So I just feel like everybody brings something so totally different to the table. And it's great because we have so many different viewers and listeners that's going to be from all walks of life, that's dealing with all different things in their life currently or past or future, whatever, right? And we're going to be able to touch all those sweet spots. And so I'm just grateful. I'm excited. And I thank y'all for saying yes.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us. I feel like we just went to some Sunday dinner or something. It's like, thank you for coming over and attending church with us. Thank you for inviting us, Shamika.
Okay, so let's talk about it. We talking about meeting and Sunday. Let's jump into how did everybody meet? So let's talk about that. Tiffany, let's start with you.
Well, of course, I met through Mom Squad. All of the ladies here met. Actually, no, I met Tramika the first time, not even through Mom Squad. Tramika had put out a post on a group, a Facebook group of women.
Did I?
Yeah, that's how I actually first met you.
Oh, okay.
And it was, you don't even remember because you always, you the plug, you always plug in, so you can't remember what you're doing. So yeah, no, she put out a post for vendors in a group. It was a Facebook group that was for Atlanta metro area, and I reached out to her. I had just started my skincare line and said, "Hey, I'd love to be a sponsor." That's what it was a sponsor for your event, and connected with her, and came and was a sponsor for one of the mom retreat. Was that the first mom retreat or the second mom retreat? I can't remember.
The first one, the very first mom retreat 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, Tiffany's been 4 years.
No, it's not 4 years. It's like 2 years.
No, it was the very first one, and this is our 4th year this year.
Okay. Oh, so maybe no, 3, because I've been living here. This is 3 years this year. So it had maybe
it was the second one. Okay, maybe it was the second one.
So needless to say, it was one of those. And I sat and I watched. I sat when I was, of course, there. I was like, oh, well, this is interesting. What is this little group here? I had no friends moving down here. I just had my family and stuff. So I was like, okay, well, this is cool. And I just followed her for a while online on the different things that she did. And eventually I said, I think I want to be part of this group. It was just it was just dope. It was just a group of Black women here in the area, and it was just connecting and getting to know each other. And it was just, the vibes were good, and we were all on I won't say level, but was like all the same type of level and energy and everything. So that's how I met Tramika. I met Marion actually in one of our Mom Squad calls, and she'll share her, her story as well. And we had to do groups. I don't even remember what the call was about. And Marion, and I do remember Marion. I don't.
I don't remember. I was like, dang, I meant to try to find it. And then I forgot.
So we were on a call, and Marion and I were paired together, and we started chit-chat. We realized we both were project managers and just talking. That's how
I remember y'all talked about that.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's how Marion and then Nikki I met through here because I knew of Nikki, but I never had the chance to really interact with her. So I got to meet Nikki.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I got to meet Nikki the first time when we had our interest call, and when Nikki was, sharing what her interests were and everything like that. I was like, oh, she knows some stuff. I'm over here just talking about some fun times. Nikki's like, well, I took a class, and I'm like, oh, dang, do I need to take a class too? I felt bad afterwards. I messaged Nikki like, I don't have any experience in podcasting. I'm just here for the good times. So it was dope. So that's my story of how I met everybody, which I'm glad I did.
Cool. Who want to go next?
I'm going to pick on one. But go ahead, Nikki.
So it would be through Tramika the plug. So actually, I met Tramika through another community that we were a part of. And okay, so I'm going to tell this story, right?
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Tell it. You right, Marion?
So how I became associated with the group, she asked me to do photography for her event. So at the time I was doing photography part-time. She asked me to do her event. What was so crazy about that is we had been in this community together. We had even been at, we had been somewhere together. You were meeting with one of your mentors, and I was there taking pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And when I tell you, when she came up to me when I met her when we were at this other event and she asked me to take the pictures, I was like, "Ooh, I didn't even know she knew I existed."
Oh gosh.
No, because I didn't know. I was like, and not in a bad way. It's just that because you are just always really like just focused on what you're focused on. Like when you're doing something, you're like doing something. So I was like, oh, okay. So that's how I became familiar with the Mom Squad group through photographing the MOMscape event. Now on that day, I thought I was doing my last event because I didn't want to do photography anymore. But the event was decorated so nicely, and I just really enjoyed seeing all the moms had such a good time, and seeing all the love and attention and care she put into like just making sure that they got the speakers and everything. And I was like, wow, this is pretty dope. So after that, and plus we were still in like COVID during that time. And so I thought joining a community would be good, to actually, for no particular reason other than just like making connections.
Mm-hmm.
And so I met everybody else through there. So this was the first time that I was able to really just talk to you all individually, because at the events I was always taking pictures.
Mm-hmm.
So I got some good footage because y'all like to have a good time.
Look, I don't release all those photos. No.
I know Marion likes to dance.
Okay, you had me over here nervous and sweating. Like, what's she about to say? Okay, cool. Yes. All right, Marion, you up?
Let's see. Well, I guess I'll start with Tarika, who I met first. And that was when Tarika was doing business. And I'm gonna be calling it life coach. I was like mom coaching. My mom coach is what I be calling her to people. Not to be confused with parenting coaching, but just to help moms thrive in life. And I met Tarika during a time where I was like just getting started in entrepreneurship and just needed like a little bit of guidance and organization and such. And so like Tarika provided that. And so it's funny though, because in my head I take a little bit of credit for the Mom Squad. It's a group of us, not just me.
You can have the credit. You can have it.
It's a group of us because we were in like group coaching, and then we were done, and we were just like, but Sharika, like, I want to know if they like still thriving. I still need encouragement. Like what's next? So like I had fallen off with my business of, life be life or whatever. And it's like when I had fallen into like a rut. And so I was like, I need this again. So I went through group coaching again. And so it was at that point that, like everything, I just kind of got a refresher. My girl, shout out to April, because April was in there with me the first time and the second time.
Yes.
And and then that's when Tarika created the Mom Squad. And then that's how I met Tiffany and Nikki. And so with Nikki, I didn't meet her face to face until MOMscape last year, which all moms, I hope you are coming to MOMscape 2023, June 9th to 11th in Atlanta. Okay.
Thanks for that plug.
But I met Nikki. Nikki was a photographer. I was so like, Nikki takes some dope shots, but I also was salty that Nikki was a photographer, because like we would hear Nikki on the calls and stuff. Like I tell you right now, like, so I met my best friend through Mom Squad as well, Ebony, and then we'd be talking about, we can't wait to go. We can't wait to meet this person and that person, because we in the Mom Squad, but like we haven't met none of these people because we're up north and most people is down south and a couple other places. And so Nikki was one of the ones like, because she be saying some crazy stuff, or not crazy, but those stuff on the calls. We want to get to know Nikki, and then we get there and it's like, Nikki was like, I'm working. I don't know what you like, Nikki, you done yet? Dang, we got no pictures. So
Listen, you're gonna have to find somebody that match your dopeness when it comes to this photography so that you can be with us.
I'm like, how can we get Nikki to take the dope pictures, but also like get a break?
Yes.
She getting breaks this year, y'all. She getting breaks this year.
So, but that was that. And so that's again, like when we ended up two of the people on the podcast, like that was dope because I'm like, good, this will make up for last June.
Oh, that's
so
funny.
And then Tiffany, like she said, we was on a call together and we just kept I forget who went first, but we were like introducing ourselves and it was just like, me too, I'm practicing messages. And I wish I could remember. I just remember like after getting off that call, because you know when you on a call and you in a breakout room, you always mid-sentence when they call you back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I can't remember what we were talking about, but I remember it was a dope conversation and I'm like, okay, I gotta get to know Tiffany. And so but I am also that person, like we'll find out in other episodes and stuff when we talk about other stuff. I get focused into what's in front of me. And so I'm not the person that you can count on to reach out or to keep in touch or none of that stuff. So I meant it when I said it that I wanted to keep in touch with Tiffany, but I didn't do that. So again, when she ended up being in the podcast, look at that.
Oh, I love it. I don't think I ever heard y'all stories before. So just for a little clarification, I was doing the group coaching with Mom Squad. Group coaching stopped and then it just birthed into this community. So Mary, that's why I said you could take credit for it because it was like I tell people it was nowhere on my vision board. Like it just happened because people wanted to stay connected, but it's dope because now we do have it's a private community that we have of moms and they're everywhere, West Coast, East Coast, South, everywhere. And so it's super dope because you get to meet people who will take you out of your element, or who you can learn or that you find that you're relatable to. So I'm excited that y'all all are part of that. And then we have this MOMscape, which is the actual events for moms everywhere. That was birthed, and then now this podcast. So I am so excited. So I think they learned about us. What else y'all want to know? Drop some comments. If you're on YouTube, first of all, shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for joining us. So if you are on YouTube or on Facebook, if you know a mom who needs this weekly escape, make sure you share with them. We're giving you a little taste tonight of what you can expect. And so please make sure that you're sharing the link, sharing the YouTube, and shout out to y'all for joining us tonight. So if you have questions, y'all already been commenting it up. So if you have questions and you want to ask us anything in particular, we're here for it. That's what we're here for tonight, so that y'all can get to know us.
One thing can I add to? We got to make it no. Even though we are all moms, you guys can still listen out for the non-moms because we do talk about things that are not mom related. Most of our, as Shamika said several times, she doesn't want to know about your kids. She don't want to talk about her kids.
Nope.
But because that's just the linkage that kind of links us all together as us being moms. But a lot of our topics episodes are not. So share it out with, your friends, your family as well. They're just looking for a new podcast, something different to listen to. And the stuff we do share about our motherhood experiences, you can take back as auntie or godmommy or whatever it is and, use it towards that. So just want to add that plug in there.
Yes. Thank you so much for adding that because yes. And it's so funny that you said that because I was literally in thought this week of how I started with moms because just ruling short, I was trying to do all women. And then for whatever reason, moms were the one that were reaching out to me like, girl, you on the PTA, you do this, you do that. Like, how you doing all that stuff? Like, help me. And so I kind of, when I niched down to moms, like that's when business like really took off for me. Like, oh, okay, this is my lane. But I feel a shift back into women in general because most topics that I talk about are when I'm presenting to moms or having events or whatever, it's not just motherhood related. It's about the individual. And so I feel a shift. So I just wanted to put that out there. So thank you for mentioning that. All women can definitely come on and join us. Y'all, before we go off though tonight, I want to talk about just a little bit, give them a little bit of snippet. They got to know us. We still waiting for y'all questions in the comments, whatever y'all got for us. Let's talk about doing things that scare you or things that are kind of like out of your comfort zone. Tell me about a time that maybe you've done that. Or if you chickened out, because this is reality, right? We're being real. So it may be some times where it's just like, I wanted to, but yeah, I got too scared and I didn't. Anybody, I'm gonna let y'all think about that, but anybody have anything that they can think of right off the rip? Or what do you feel about it? About doing things that scare you and like kind of being out of your comfort zone.
So this is so. I'm not even. Are you talking about like deep? Because I'm thinking of like simple things like jumping into the deep water and not knowing how to swim fully. But I'm learning.
Well, that's deep because it's deep water. It's not.
So I don't know if this was surface level or deep, but as soon as you say things I'm scared of, like I'm scared, like mine are ridiculous. So I probably shouldn't really
risk your life with child. Because if you don't know how to swim, I don't need you jumping in the deep end. I just don't.
I took swim lessons as an adult. And I'm getting better and better. My neighborhood has a pool, and I've been practicing. Thank you so much. I have been practicing because I would like to be able to just jump in and woo. So that's the first thing that came to my head. And mine are so surface level. It's like riding behind those trucks that have all of those yard supplies because I'm scared that it's gonna fly off and hit my car.
Oh,
So
like
Oh my God.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're surface. They're there. So if it's deep, if y'all looking for a deep answer for this one, I don't have it.
Oh God.
Those are mine.
That is hilarious. You
No,
don't
it's a
want your
real
windshield to
fear,
get
though.
broken.
It's not funny. It's a real concern. Like, yeah. The other day I had my husband, I was like, you gotta get behind this guy. This guy has the lawn stuff in his thing. So
I'm with you.
I'll take
I'm with
it
you on
though.
that.
I'll take it. Surface level or not, I'll take it. Okay, anybody else? What do you feel? Or Nikki, if you can conjure up something, or I shouldn't say conjure up, like does our human design tell us anything about living life outside of our comfort zone? Marion, you got anything?
I mean, I know that purpose is often. No, for real. No, whoever commented that, yeah, we talking about Final Destination and we don't play them games. Exactly.
Stephanie said
but I feel like you can't realize purpose. You can't actualize. You can't manifest purpose without stepping out of your comfort zone. It ain't my favorite thing to do, but I realized that. So I'm trying to think like, what have I done? I mean, I moved to a city with little to no, like it's funny because I moved from my small hometown where most of my family was, but I can't even say that because like most of my family moved away. Like all my cousins moved. So when I left, it's not like I was just leaving. Well, no, I was still leaving a safety net because it's what I knew. And I still had people that, extended family and community that looked out for me and my son to move into this bigger city that I probably got like one resource here. So that's one. So
Definitely.
mm-hmm.
I can attest to that.
mm-hmm.
What you gonna say, Tiffany?
No, I was like, no, I feel you on that. What you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll go ahead and share that this is doing something out of my comfort zone.
That's what I thought all y'all were gonna say, to be honest. But okay.
No, this is absolutely doing something out of my comfort zone.
Proud of you.
Zone.
Proud of you.
So really, this whole past year, I've been doing like. Matter of fact, when I was gonna share the podcast, I was gonna put the caption. I'm doing scary things one at a time. One at a time.
I hear that.
I love that though.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Yeah, and really, I mean, because even Shamika, when you invited me to talk about human design at the retreat last year, that was doing something out of my comfort zone. I've always been like a background person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be behind the camera or I want to be behind the scenes and all of that. But stepping out and doing things up front, like, and then even so doing the podcast was one thing. You said, because I was interested in doing a podcast. I was like, I want to start sharing my voice. I want to start, talking more. So that was an opportunity to do that. And so doing it, one is stepping out of the comfort zone, but then tonight doing it live.
I agree. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was added pressure. And so anything doing with like social media or putting myself like in the forefront, and especially doing things like live stuff. Like I went live on my birthday because that was me trying to do something. Like I'm practicing. I'm trying to get this thing together. But this is it. Tonight is the night.
All right. I feel that. Especially this
doing scary stuff one at a time. I love it.
What about you, Shamika?
Girl, child, I feel like everything I do be living life on the edge. Like people see me and they be like, "Oh, that's so good," but they don't know that I was scared all the way through it. They don't know that I Google my way through emails with prominent people, and like, so I'm out here doing scary stuff every day. But you know, I do, to kind of with Marion's point, I do feel like we don't reach certain levels inside of our comfort zone. And so if I want to keep progressing in life and I want to keep like reaching my goals and the dreams that I have, right, walking out purpose, that's like my number one thing right now. It happens outside of my comfort zone. And so I absolutely do, for someone who may be watching like, man, I'm not really ready to walk outside of it. There are absolutely some times where I'm just like, nope, I ain't doing it. Like I remember one time, this is just something that just came to my head. We were visiting a church and it was like entrepreneurship Sunday or something. So they're like, any entrepreneur in here, like come get up and talk about your business. And people that know me know like I'm comfortable talking to them, but I'm introverted. And so I didn't get up there and talk about my business. And my son like nudging me like, you're not gonna get up there and tell them what you do. And I'm like, no, like I was nervous. Like that was something outside of my comfort zone. So all the time, I'm doing stuff that absolutely scares me.
She said, scare yourself to success.
Wow.
I love it.
And that's what you did,
That's
Shamika.
good.
That's really what you did.
I still got some ways to go, but I appreciate the journey where I am right now, for sure. For sure. All right, y'all. Nobody put any questions in the comments. Anything else, ladies, y'all want to share before we hop off tonight?
No, I'm just excited. And, y'all just engage with us. Let us know what you're thinking in those comments and the email. We'll share all that as we, recap everything at the end. And just excited for this journey and this opportunity and to connect with some other ladies outside of our little four squares.
Mr. Wilson got a question.
Oh, my. What's the question?
Where do the dads fit into the momscape? Just like you guys, we are dads, and I believe through tuning in, we dads can glean from your honesty. Well, I mean, absolutely.
Okay, Tiffany, girl, you better be saying stuff on here. So he'll take it and be like, yeah, my boo want me to do this stuff at home. You better make sure you be dropping some stuff, girl.
But you know what?
Hubby, you listening?
It makes a point though. Men can listen too, because you may learn something. That is absolutely right. That is for her, learn something from a female perspective that you may have been closed-minded about, did not know about, or anything like that. And you can drop questions. You can act like a pseudonym. What was that? What did we say when someone wanted to send an email without us knowing?
Anonymous. Pseudonym.
Yeah, that one right there.
Man, you can go send us some questions on the low and ask, well, what? Look, men are more than invited.
That's a good idea, though. Like maybe we should have a dad segment. Well, like the things dads need to know or something like that.
What would they like us to know?
We could be schooled too. I feel that, Marion. I feel that.
Yeah. I didn't really come to this to be schooled by that. I'm just playing.
But overall, Mr.
I love it.
Men can also listen in as well. So we welcome it. It is not a women only. So
I mean, we didn't become moms by ourselves.
There we go.
Which brings me to my next point, Tiffany. You're going to have to, do a little something tonight because he came, honey. He watched all the way through, so he's deserving of something tonight. So Make sure you tighten it up real good tonight. Tighten it too quick. And put you on something.
And I'm gonna have to think about one of our podcast episodes that were pretty juicy that people gotta listen to later. So I'll keep that in mind. Some of those items.
Don't point fingers to that podcast because I every time I think about it, I be like, "Child, what you say on there again?" Like, don't point fingers to it. Just let them stumble over it. Just let them stumble over it.
All right.
Well, we hope that you all will continue to join us. We will be dropping the episodes on Thursdays weekly. So make sure you stay following us so that you can get the links to the podcast platforms where we'll be dropping the links. So next week's topic is going to be on identity beyond motherhood.
Yes.
It's a good one. I'm not on that one. I was absent, but it was. Oh, that was another thing we wanted to let you all know. So before I go, one of the things that took us this long.
You see that? No, this way.
One of the things that has taken us so long is that we have work lives, we have children, we have families. So trying to coordinate all of our schedules together to be able to do this was a challenge. So I forgot what I was getting ready to say.
Sorry, see Mr. Wilson messing it up.
Right.
I just had to, tell y'all that I'm his new best friend though.
Oh no, so my point was that at times you may not get all four of us, but you will get some rotation of the four of us. So maybe one of us will be missing here and there, but we are the four that will make up the combination of this podcast. That's what I was trying to say.
Yes.
So, identity beyond motherhood, and I don't know, we're dropping 1 or 2 episodes next week, or is we dropping it tonight?
Yeah, I don't know if we've officially it'll be at least one.
At least one. We got a couple in the chamber.
Yeah, we do. Right. We do.
So Thursdays will be the drop night. That's and so also when you join us, let us know if you have a particular topic or ideas to share with us.
Yes.
Into the fold.
And how you can do that is you can send us an email at momscapemedia@gmail.com. You can also hit us up right here on MOMscape.podcast on Facebook. We got MOMscape.podcast on IG. And is it MOMscape.podcast on MOMscape.podcast on YouTube. So if you do, because YouTube is weird. They just got handles. And so you can do the @ but you have to go youtube.com/@momscape.podcast. So it's weird. But or you can just search MOMscape Media on YouTube. So yeah.
And the other streaming platforms, we want to mention the streaming platforms will be on as well.
Yes. So we will also be on, we'll be on Spotify. We'll be on, I don't have it in front of me and my mind just went blank. But we will be on Spotify. Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. Yeah, I think that's it for right now.
That's it. Mm-hmm.
So.
All right. Well, it has been fun. I cannot wait to continue to have fun with you all. Thank you for escaping with us tonight. And y'all have a good rest of the night and have a great weekend. So we'll be going into the weekend every week. So y'all have a good weekend. Do something for you this weekend. I know you gotta run them kids around, but do something for you this weekend. Y'all have a good night.
Wait a minute, before y'all go, wherever y'all watching us at, make sure you like and you share and you subscribe. And if you're on YouTube, hit that notification bell.
Yes.
Have a good night, y'all.
Bye.